a big part of the reason you're having a hard time making money is because you're doing business in the booth in the back in the corner in the dark and nobody knows you exist. If I am richer than you, I'm not richer than you because I'm smarter than you. I'm richer than you because more people know about my offers than know about your offers.
Hey, it's your girl Chantel, and I'm excited that this video is all about how you can significantly to dramatically grow your business, because I know there are many of you struggling right now. You're having some anxiety about your business. Maybe this year didn't produce the results that you were looking for, but you want to make sure that next year is your best year yet. So lock and load your attention to this training. We're going to hear some great insights from Myron Golden. Let's get into it.
Most people don't like to sell. How many of y'all would agree with that? Most people don't like to sell, right? Most people don't like to sell. There's only one alternative to selling, and that is buying, which means that most people only like to buy. I'm gonna let that marinate for a minute. There's a small group of us that love to sell. Now, I love to sell. And if you don't love to sell, like, I would recommend that you do to selling what I'm doing with the gym. Learn to love it. Selling is uncovering the value of what you have to offer so well that people are happy to exchange the money they have in their pocket for the value that you've revealed. Now, if you find yourself feeling like you have to beg people or convince people or congeal people or coax people to buy, it's because you did not do a good job selling. Because selling is not convincing. Convincing is the opposite of selling.
Now, this is key. Selling is not convincing. It is convincing is the opposite of selling. Because when you truly unpack the value that you offer, there are people who are saying, like, yes, I need that. Thank you for offering it to me, as opposed to selling it to me. So we must, as business owners, put our mindset to say, hey, I am giving someone something that they actually need, not something that I have to push on them, persuade them to do. Well, selling is a bit of persuading. It's less about pushing. It's more about persuading. So when you know that you are giving someone an opportunity as opposed to taking something from them, then it makes the selling process way more easy. Yes, I'm going to persuade you that this is what you need, like Myron said, because I'm uncovering the value. So you're seeing everything that you're going to get as a result of my product or my service. So of course you're persuaded to now buy. So it's more of a dignified exchange of conversation, exchange of ideas that makes you feel good and the person on the other end feel good as well.
Selling is persuasion. Persuasion is not a synonym for convincing. Persuading is an antonym for convincing. What do I mean? Convincing is when I attempt to get you to do something I desire you to do for my reasons. Persuasion is when I help you make a decision you already desire to make for your own reasons. What is the proper sales perspective? People desire to buy what people desire to buy. And they only desire to buy what you desire to sell when what you desire to sell is what they already desire to buy.
So now you have to ask yourself, is what you have truly something that people really want to buy? And you can do a checklist. Ask yourself, am I solving a problem with the product or service that I'm offering? Meaning people buy because they want to get a problem solved. So is there a issue that your ideal client is dealing with that's so great that they want to make a financial transaction with you? That is the key to being profitable and having a product that will sell out. I know because I grew my business by 300% during a global pandemic. My business is all about helping people to tell better stories so that they can be recognized as thought leaders in their field. And so during the pandemic, people had a lot of free time that they could write the book that they have been putting off for years. They could come up with products that they could offer to the marketplace. And so they saw my business solution as an answer to a prayer. So are you creating a service or a product that people are like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this. This is exactly what I need. And if your answer is yes, then congratulations, you have a product, you have a business that will be successful when it comes to sales.
The most important ingredient in a great sales presentation is asking questions and listening to the answer. Why? Because when you're selling to somebody, they provide the content. You provide the context. What does that mean? That means they tell you why they desire such and such outcome. They tell you what such and such outcome they desire. They tell you, if you'll ask enough questions, they'll tell you all the hurdles they've encountered on their way to getting such an outcome. But if you don't ask questions, you don't get answers. If you don't get answers, you're more than likely, if you don't ask more questions than you give answers in your presentations, you're probably making the wrong offer, which is why most people are saying no.
And this is key because you are creating content online that's going to allow people to know you, like you, and trust you. But guess what? Don't just create content and post things on social media for entertainment purposes. Every single post that you make should be answering some type of question that a person who will need your solution, a question that they already have. So for example, if you are a speaker and you're looking to attract speaking engagements, every post that you make should be some type of answer to your prospective client, the organization, the school that you want to speak with. What questions are they asking themselves right now? For example, when I talk to colleges and universities about artificial intelligence and how to use that in order to equip their students to be more effective with their schoolwork, I'm putting out content that immediately addresses their questions. For example, how do I make sure that students are using AI as an enhancement and not dependent on AI? Or how do I make sure that students aren't cheating with this and is actually supporting their academic learning as opposed to making them lazy? So those are all questions that in my videos, my short reels, my online posts that I will be answering to attract the people who have these questions so that they know I have a solution that they can benefit from. So you can do the same thing as well. Write down what are like the top 10 things that my audience are asking themselves right now because they're struggling with this problem. And every single post that you put out, let it be a conversation where you are solving that problem, answering that question for them.
I don't want my first point of conversation with a client to be when they are buying. I want to start a conversation with them before they're ready to buy. So by the time they're ready to buy, they feel like they know me, they feel like they like me, and they believe they can trust me. That's what I want when I'm selling to somebody. So I want to have a conversation, a long-tailed conversation with them before they're ready to buy.
So right now, if you are struggling to make sales in your business, or you have reached a ceiling and you want to see your sales skyrocket, do exactly what Myron is telling you. Have a conversation with people long before they're ready to buy from you so that you can build up that like, know, and trust factor. How do you do that? With your content, making sure that you're putting out content that is valuable to people. And if you need support with that, go ahead and join me this Saturday for Content Camp. We're going to deep dive on the things that make your content sticky, attractive, and that actually converts into sales. So I want you to go right now to the description and sign up. Take a brief survey because this is not for everyone. It's for those of you who are seriously interested in making sure that your content that you put out not only communicates, but it connects and converts your ideal customer to your product or service.
I like premium value markets. Why? Because if I sell you consulting on how to scale your business for $55,000 and I teach you King Solomon's business model, guess who else is selling? I'm going to teach you King Solomon's business model from the Bible to show you how to create wealth. Guess who else is selling that? Nobody in the world that I know of. Here's one of the reasons why my favorite market to sell in is premium value market. Number one, you set the price. Number two, you have very long conversations with your potential clients before they ever get ready to buy. Number three, unlike commodity markets and unlike middle mass markets, in premium value markets, people buy things because they cost more.
So Myron is dropping some major jewels right here. You want to carve out a space in your industry where people know that you are the one who offers it the best and does it in a unique way that makes you stand out from the competition. How many times have we told ourselves, well, there's so many people doing exactly what I'm doing. Like, how am I going to stand out? Well, what you do is you create a distinction around what you do in such a way, like Myron, everybody has a Bible, right? But what he does is that he's created Bible-based business principles that He says in his own unique way, that he positions with his own unique stories. And so, but the Bible and the principles, they aren't anything new, right? So you can show up in the marketplace doing the same thing or having the same subject as someone else, but what's going to make it unique is your perspective, your stories, and the way that you have priced the offer. So now the question becomes, do you have that type of organic relationship that you're building with your customer from freemium to premium and then beyond? That is what's going to allow you to have dignified conversations about sales, because you're not trying to push an expensive product on someone. You're giving them so much value that makes your higher offer seem irresistible, because you've already given them so much value on the front end.
You have to have a profound and proficient marketing message. Profound means it's just mind-blowingly ingenious or mind-blowingly good. Prolific means it's everywhere. A big part of the reason you're having a hard time making money is because you're doing business in the booth in the back in the corner in the dark and nobody knows you exist. If I am richer than you, I'm not richer than you because I'm smarter than you. I'm richer than you because more people know about my offers than know about your offers. Period. Why? Well, because one, they're profound. My marketing messages are profound. Say, what's profound? Profound is like people go, oh, I can't believe you just said that. Prolific means it's everywhere. People cannot hide from my presence. A personal brand is more effective, efficient, and optimal to build than a business brand. So if you're thinking about should I build my brand for my business? Should I build my brand for my person? My recommendation would be, and I'm not right about everything, but I don't think I'm wrong about this. My personal recommendation would be build your personal brand. Why? Because your business brand can ride off into the sunset on the coattails of your personal brand.
So I'm going to invite you to build your personal brand with me this Saturday. We're having content camp where you're going to position yourself in the marketplace in such a way that people are inspired by your stories, they are converted by your content, and they want to connect with you on a deeper level so that your products and services, they don't have to be pushed on people, but they sell themselves. So go ahead into the description and sign up for content camp. It's absolutely free. And we're going to deep dive on making you show up powerfully, authentically online so that people know that you are the person that they should trust to solve the problem that they have.
A brand is a name that reminds you of a story.
So I hope you got as much value out of that video as I did. And if you have, go ahead and subscribe for more videos just like this, where we're deep diving into the business principles that come from a biblical perspective. Sometimes they come from a worldly perspective, depending on who the person is speaking, but we can always tie it to a biblical perspective, because God wants you to be great. He wants you to be a powerful authority in this world so that as it is in heaven, it will be on the earth. You are a kingdom ambassador and your words have weight. So I look forward to you doing more, becoming more, because you are created for more. I'm Chantel, and I'll see you in the next video.